thank goodness that we have an opportunity to get together, to come to meetings like this, particularly in leadership capacities that many of you hold, to get the information and updates, to know what's going on. Most educators, I think they were naturally inclined to be educators because they always wanted to know, and then they wanted to pass it on. So today you'll be hearing from insurance representatives, AERA, TRS, and of course, my favorite information source, Janice Charlesworth, our Executive Director. That pretty much finishes up my welcoming to you, but there's something serious I need to talk to you about. Not too many months from now, on September the 18th, we have a big decision to make. The first decision, of course, is to go to the polls. And we have to decide whether to pass Amendment 1 to the Constitution or not. It's a very, very difficult decision to make. And pardon my language, but it's kind of like damned if you do and damned if you don't. This past legislative session, we weren't just lucky that we managed to get out of that without any problems to the retirees or to the retirement system. We, of course, worked at home with our legislators, chastised them for last year, told them what we expected for this year. Dr. Mabry and Dr. Graves came on this past year, first time, and had a big, big job. Kind of like, how do you put 10 pounds of something into a 5-pound bag? The money's not there, and everything's just a question of money these days. You either have it or you don't have it, and if you don't have it, what do you do? So, one of the considerations, of course, is in order to fund the state budgets, where does that money come from? It comes from taxation. And the taxes, of course, have been down because the economy has been down. Now, the responsibility of our leaders is to make sure that no one messes around with the teacher retirement system, the retirement system, PHIP. That's our policies, to protect those and not to see any losses or cutbacks. You won't see any increases in PHIP this coming year. They'll tell you today. We still have the same board of directors on PHIP and TRS, even though there are some that wanted to change that, so instead of having elected positions, we would have political appointees. They didn't raise the premiums this year as they did for the actives last year. They didn't reduce the benefits. But the only thing that we agreed to was that any future employees in the teacher retirement system, of course, will come under a new set of rules. And those people will know that when they're hired on. At least they won't have things changed in midstream on them as it could have happened. Of course, we're always looking for a cost of living raise as well. But again, if there's no money there, we can't do that. So the governor started out this past year saying, okay, well, there's a whole lot more money in the teacher retirement system than there is in the general fund. It's just simple and easy. We'll just take it out of the teacher retirement system and put it in the general fund. We can't have that. So Dr. Mabry worked a deal. Some people might say it was a deal worked with the devils. But the deal is in September, we'll change the Constitution Amendment 1 and monies will be taken from trust funds to help out the general fund this year and next year. And those funds go towards Medicaid. And Medicaid, of course, is used by seniors for some of their nursing care. So that's where it affects us directly. But everything, of course, affects us indirectly. The AEA board, of which I am a member representing you, and the AERA board last week agreed to go, taking the position to support voting yes on Amendment 1 in September. Now that will mean that money will be taken out of the savings of the trust fund. If that doesn't happen, if they lose, and of course this has to be done before October 1st, which is the beginning of the new fiscal year. And that budget that passed this legislative session is based upon Amendment 1 passing on September the 18th. If it doesn't pass, what do you think is going to happen next? They're going to have special session and say, hey, we got to find the money. Where are they going to look? Teacher retirement. Okay. So, I'm not going to tell you how to vote. I understand it's real difficult. It's kind of like in a personal situation, and many of us have been there one time or another. Sometimes we just have to, take some of our seed corn and eat it in order to stay alive. Or we have to go into our savings. And so that's a decision you have to make. And like I said, the leadership of AEA is going in support, and that will at least get us through this next couple of years, hopefully. Thank you.